Oh, good God. Finally a male character. I mean, look, okay, so there's 7 female characters, okay? And Ein is the 5th male. Okay, technically, I guess he's the 6th. If you look in really closely at Lucille's picture there, you'll notice there's a male character there as well. However, he looks like he's trying to nope the hell out of here, so I don't really think he counts. Ignoring that slippery little demon puffball, the last male character was added 2.5 years ago, so yes, it's about damn time. I mean, in a gender-locked game, you need character variety of both genders. And unlike that other thing monstrosity over there, Ein is a real angel from heaven. Like, actually. Plus, he's an actual magic character that relies on stuff more than fire and swords. Like, okay, yes, he has a sword, but it's different, right? I think it's different. I just feel like he's kind of this character that's filling voids and bringing stuff to the table that we haven't seen before. And to me, that's kind of exciting. On an unrelated note, though, his name. Like, I think it's supposed to be Ein. That's how I've been saying it in the video. But shouldn't it sound like aim or pain? I mean, every time I see the name written down, I'm like, Ain, and then I'm like, oh right, it's not Ain, it's Ein. Like, really? Can't we just say Ain? No? Okay, whatever. So, what's he like to play? I had way too much fun playing as him the first day he came out. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who, when I play an RPG, I don't like grinding for levels. I don't know if there are people that do, but I know that I am not one of them if those people do in fact exist. I just don't like doing it because it takes a lot of time and it's like very repetitive, and Elsor is no exception to that rule. However, I grinded Ein to level 42 on the first day he came out in like 4 hours. And I mean, yes, it was faster because there were a bunch of like EXP related things and fever and whatnot that made it go faster, but still, the fact that I got to level 42 is, I would consider for myself, a major accomplishment. It kind of speaks to how much I liked playing as Ein, and I really did have fun learning the character and learning the combos and skills and actually playing as him, so definitely I'd say he's a fun character to play. I still do prefer Deadly Chaser in terms of like gameplay and skills and stuff, but having said that, I've only played base Ein, so that might not really be a fair comparison. I mean, he's got a great variety of combos and highlights multiple abilities up close and far away. It would sure be nice if he actually used his pendulum weapon though. Or, you know, not. The one thing I really didn't like about Ain's combos is that the speed feels really inconsistent. Like, it feels like some of the moves are like really fast. They're really smooth and natural. And then there's a bunch of moves that, like, he's not slow, but the moves seem to really linger. Like, they don't finish as quickly as you would expect them to. I mean, still, I like the combos, and they cover a variety of situations, up close range and all that kind of stuff. And the gameplay itself is really natural, so I'm not complaining much. It's just kind of weird that the speed is so inconsistent between the moves. It kind of breaks up a bit of the fluidity of the long combos and trying to keep combos going on bosses and whatnot. But, oh, and he can also float. You know, kind of like Ad when he hovers, except, you know, Ein. I keep messing up the name, but he can float and he can use MP to do so, even though other characters perform much more complex maneuvers without using MP, but whatever, I guess. I've really had a difficult time getting used to Ein's skills though. And it's not to say they're bad, because they're actually quite good, but I mean, some of them, they like totally lift the target up off the ground, and it's kind of, okay, my teammates are getting screwed over because now they're performing attacks underneath him and wasting MP on attacks that aren't gonna hit him because I'm holding him above the stage. It's not really very conducive to a team mentality. But I mean, even his standard actives are actually quite good maneuvers. This one in particular reminds me of Sheath Knight's Sword Shield, as well as Diabolic Esper's Maximum Strike, of course, to a far lesser degree. I mean, this is a standard active, whereas Maximum Strike's like a 300 MP special active, so obviously it's gonna do more damage, but it just kind of feels like the same basic idea of, oh, there's things spinning around me and I can fire them forward kind of scenario. And while we're talking about ad skills, I will say that Panzerbuster has some serious competition. Ein's Erstbohren is my favorite move of his. I mean, it's powerful, versatile, and you can aim it for maximum killingness, all for only 100 MP, and then you can use it to warp halfway across a stage if you're that kind of lazy. Really, it's not a bad skill palette for a base character, but for a noob like me, just takes some getting used to, I guess. It's just not immediately intuitive the way the skills are used, because I guess they feel a little different than the characters I'm used to, but again, that's probably just a me thing. Speaking of skills, why is 90% of his active attack arsenal composed of German words? I mean, I have a hard enough time remembering the attacks of most of my characters besides my mains, and now you're gonna try and make me remember them in German? All right, let's see. Drit Stilett. Well, okay, at least I can say that one. Boren Verisen. All right, I guess. Sacrosanct Zertritten. Fantasige Bildespeer. What? Are we being graded on this?
Drittstilett, Ohren vereisen, Sakrosankt zertreten, Fantasiegebilde Speer.
Speaking of
Fantasiegebilde Speer.
Yeah, that one. No, I haven't tried his other job, or well, his only job path yet, because if he follows pattern with like the rest of the Elsword characters and how their job paths work, then he's probably going to have at some point a Fallen Angel job path, which is really the one I want to take. Ooh. But I will say it's kind of odd looking at Ein, especially compared to other characters in the game. I mean, his legs aren't even cylinders. It's just kind of weird that he looks so much next gen compared to the models of the other characters in the game. I think I like it, but I don't know yet. But there's definitely a bit of a downside to our server now essentially being caught up to Korea in terms of updates. I mean, Ein was released only a week earlier in Korea than in North America. In the past, when a character was released in North America, odds were that most or all of the job paths were already out in Korea at that point, so you kind of knew what to expect. I mean, if you just went and looked at the L Wiki or whatnot, you could actually get the listing of the job paths and be like, oh yeah, that one looks great, I'm gonna wait for that one, I want that one. But in this case, with the content being released so close together, I don't know if Arm Thaumaturgy is right for me. Wait, why is that name not in German? From what I've seen, Arm Thaumaturgy actually looks really cool and kind of like this extension of the base class. What I find kind of interesting though is that most of the stuff I like about the Arm Thaumaturgy path actually takes place in Lofty Executor, which is the first job of that path. Like, oh, God's sake, Wirt Werfenspeer. That one actually looks really cool and highly effective, but that's a Lofty Executor move and not an Arm Thaumaturgy move. But in his second job, I think the only move of his that I actually really like is Fragerock. Fraggle Rock? Whatever. But the rest of the skills are just kind of standard. I don't really dislike his hyper in any way, though I've heard some people didn't feel like it was special or unique or anything, and it kind of really isn't. I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I don't really feel like it's any better than average, but like I said, I didn't dislike it, if that makes any sense. So in general, to me, the second job advancement is just kind of eh? I mean, maybe you have to play it. I haven't played it. Maybe you have to play it to actually feel how awesome the second job is, but to me, it just looked like all the cool stuff happened in Lofty Executor, and then it's like, Arm Thaumaturgy, whatever, it's just an extension. And I think it goes without saying, even though I'm saying it anyway, that I haven't played or even seen the Arm Thaumaturgy Transcendence. But if it's like the other Transcendence classes, then it's just kind of an augmentation of Arm Thaumaturgy, and it's probably pretty cool. That's about all I can say about that. And as a little bonus, our little buddy Ein, he arrived alongside the Elsword anime. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know that anime series that I haven't even mentioned on the channel until now? Yeah, that one. Well, there's Ein for you. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about him. He's a really fun class to play. I really did enjoy playing him, and I will continue to once an actual job comes out that I'm like super interested in. His other jobs haven't even been announced yet, so I don't even know if they're gonna be any good. I'm just kind of going based on history of the game. Hopefully the history will repeat itself and I'll actually get to use a class that I want to use. And hopefully the Fallen Angel class, if it happens, is actually really awesome. Because I really, really want it to be. But I think that's all I have to share about Ein. Hope you guys have had a chance to try him out. I remember on the first day, it's like with every character release, Ein, 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 ein. Ein, 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 ein. It's just eins everywhere. So I assume that at least a few of you guys out there have tried him, and I hope you're enjoying him. Let me know if you're taking the armed thaumaturgy class or whether you're going to wait until the other job paths come out. But there you have it. That's all I got. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.